This is Brooks with Western Audio Works. Been working on this production of Phantom of the Opera, put on by Texas Tech Opera Theater and in conjunction with Moonlight Musicals. We're here at the Lubbock Memorial Civic Center in Lubbock, Texas. And I wanted to shoot a video about the audio that we're doing on this show, just to show you what I do for theater and see if y'all find it interesting. So I'll take you around all the places and show you the orchestra pit and stuff. First I'll just give you an overview of the system here. I'm running a 5.1, or actually it's like 5.2 speaker system here for this show. I've got 850s here for the left and the right for mains, using the center cluster for the center channel, and then I have surround speakers up in the back. Those are Yamaha DXR 15s. They're right there, there and there. Then I've got some I think they're Meyer UPAs up in the light boxes there, just to fill in the lower part for the surrounds. So that's the speaker setup. All right, for the console, I'm using the Midas Pro 9. Got 80 inputs on it, using it maxed out. And then over here I've got Mac Pro set up with the Lynx card, so I can do multi-track recording for archive, virtual sound check. And then I've also got using outboard. This is my outboard reverbs for the vocals mainly. I had a D2 in there, but it's broken. And then I've got up here, I've got smart wireless workbench for the Shure mics, and then I'm running the Waves multi-rack over here. And I'll show you what I use for the vocal inserts. The first, I've got a NLS bus, NLS channel strip. So I've got it set on the Neve setting. And then I'm using the, on this mic, I'm actually using a Q10 just to notch out a couple frequencies that I need to do that I can't get on the board. And then I've got the C6 mainly for de-essing, stuff like that. And dynamic EQ as well. And then I have this on there. I'm not really using it that much. It's the Waves WNS, and kind of helps cut down a lot of the extraneous noise that the mics can pick up. And then I can click on that. I've got my bus compressors, and since normally I just run a stereo, and then it's the NLS bus there, and then I've got the Waves Kramer tape, another C6, got a GEQ just for notching feedback real quickly on the vocal mics. And this one's what I use the most, the SSL bus compressor. That one seems to really glue the mix together. So that's the mono. The main bus is the same, but no GEQ. And then I have it duplicated down here for the surround. So this is actually on my left and right bus and my mono bus. And I actually am sending signal to those. So that way I can route them to the monitors and things like that, and recording for archive. And then this, because the way the surround setup works, I have to have all this is inserted on the matrices that drive the surround output. So that's pretty much what I'm doing there. Pretty simple. This Waves workbench. We got the I'll show you the wireless in a minute. But this has been pretty handy to be able to sit out here and be able to kind of monitor what the main wirelesses are doing. So battery time, audio level mainly, And then also we're running ULXD, so I can actually change the gain of the packs out here. So when we do mic checks, if it's too low, I can actually, if the gain's actually changed at the pack and the receiver, not the pack. And then I'm using some UHFR. So I'll go show you all the stuff backstage now, and that does all the computer crunching on this. All right, here's the other end of the snake. Here's the rack that has the main DSP for the Midas, the IO box. I've also got two Dolby Lake processors in there. 9650s for the waves. Can't really see it. There's a extreme sound grade server in there, right there. I've got a Cisco network switch, a Ubiquiti the Edge router light. The MGB is right there for the waves to convert from MADI to SoundGrid. This switch is set up with 4 VLANs. Got the red cables are the Dante, the yellow ones are the Wave SoundGrid, blue ones are Midas control, and then I've got 4 ports that are just general for like amp racks and things like that. I've got the wireless plugged into it there. So this is a pretty handy package. It's all hooked up. Just plug the snake in. And then here's the wireless here. We've got the ULXDs. And then we've got the recharging. I got the drop-in recharging base for them, but the guy that's doing the A2, he just likes putting the batteries in there. Those have been pretty nice. And we got the 32 ULXPs that they started out with this 20, and then like a year after I started with them, they got 12 more. We were doing Titanic. We had to have 32 to do that show. It was pretty massive. And I've got my UHFR right here. And here we have the amps for the 850s. Got sorry, it's pretty dark. Got the Crown XTI. I'm running that on the JF80 front fills. I've got iTech 8000s for subs and lows, iTech 6000 for the mids, and then I'm just using the 4002 for the highs. I hadn't bought another iTech yet. Here's all the wireless mics. We're using a couple Countryman B3s on most of them, some B6s. And then we've got ULXPs. We got 32 of those. Actually only using 28 of them. We've got these 8 ULXDs right now. Here's the other 2 packs. So these are new. We bought these, or Moonlight bought these for this production. And then hopefully we'll upgrade all these to the ULXDs. And then I've also got my UHFR packs over here. Those are on Phantom and Christine. And then I've also got 2 DPA defined headsets, using those on that. And then Phantom and Christine also get a spare pack. And then I've got 2 hot spares in case we gotta send one out if something goes wrong. All right, here we have the redundant QLab system for playback. This show actually has some backing tracks for the orchestra, and also some of the Phantom parts are pre-recorded just because of the amount of activity they're doing on the stage, and then the various masks and things he wears. It's hard to get a good sound out of it, so that's pre-recorded. And this show, David Gashin is the Phantom, and he's actually been playing Phantom on Broadway for over 1,500 performances, so this is what he said they do. So they have this done on Broadway too. But anyway, I built this dual system just because if the main system were to fail, the show would be hosed, just because these are so important. So this had 2 Mac Pros using some Motu 896 Mark IIIs, And then I've got, those have 10 outputs. So I've got 8 channels, or the mains, and then I'm driving one of the main outs as the control tone. I've got a radial SW8 switch in the back that auto switches from the main to the backup. And it has to have a tone for it to switch to the primary. So I'm sending out just a word clock tone, or not word clock, SMPTE time code. It's just some noise to cause it to switch over. So this thing's actually been running pretty solid. To fire the QLab, it has to be done with MIDI. So I've got this Ground Control Pro here. I have this laying around, using that for the buttons to hit go. So it sends a MIDI command out. And there's a splitter that goes to both units. And then I have a pedal, a foot switch that plugs into the back. And the conductor triggers some of the pits, the triggers in the pit, some of the cues. A lot of them actually have a click that sends out to the pit on that. So he triggers that, and then this is here for the QLab operator to keep the 2 machines in sync and stop if we had to stop. That pedal in the pit just does play, and that's it. All right, here's the orchestra pit. It's pretty dark too here. So I've got the JF80 front fills right here. We're using Meyer UPAs for the stage monitors, and here's all the antennas. They're kind of in disarray. I'll fix that later. For the wireless, we got some RFNUD fins, a couple Sures. I put some mics up for audience to record the audience for the archive thing, board and stuff. So this actually is I've got a Midas DL251 in a rack here with the Aviom distributor and all that, and that's all fed through a snake with some Cat 5s, BNC lines. I got some analog lines in there for the foot switch and monitor returns and comm, and then power in that. So keyboards, we're using these JBL 5-inch, forgot what the model number is on them. Put those on the keyboards. They seem to like this setup. Got the Aviom there. Here's keyboard 1 for that. And then the conductor has the Mackie hotspot is I've got just vocals going to it, and it's fed from a aux bus from the board. And then he has this Aviom for the click with the tracks and all that. So he puts the little in-ears in and does that. There's the foot switch that does the QLab on that. And I'll show you the mics that we're using here. Using the all the strings have the DPA 4099 clip-ons, and those seem to be working really great. I like the sound of them. They sound really nice. Just put some little reverb on it and roll some high end off to that. We have a harp in the back. I'm micing that with a Beta 98, just hung in the back on the, like there's a hole in the sound post back there. We just drop that in there and just boost the high end a little bit, and it seems pretty good. So I've got 7 violins, 2 violas, 2 cellos, and a bass over there. Over on this side of the pit, we have the reeds in these 3 chairs and these 3 chairs right there. Got flutes here and here. I've got the Audix SCX1s. Here, I really like these. They sound real natural on the flutes. They're very hot too. I don't have to run the pre's very high. And then over here, I think it's the English horn and oboe over in this corner. And then I've got, it's hard, let's see. I've got the Biodynamic M160 on that, and then also on the 2 clarinets and the oboe, or the bassoon, sorry, here. So I've got 4 of those. And then in the back we have 3 French horns. Those are Audix D2s. and I have those clamped to the chair. I'll see if I can get over there in a minute. Then we got trombone and 2 trumpets, and those are just 57s. And I've clamped these to the stands just because we don't have a lot of room for mic stands in here, so the clamps on the stands work pretty well. Here's the D2s on the French horns for that. And on the percussion over here, I have an Audix SCX on the overhead for the xylophones. And then over on the timpani, I've got Audix D4s, just one left and right, and actually run those up a little bit to catch, so they don't, the catch the bloom is what they call it on the timpani. You don't want to mic these really close because there's actually different tones that come through the whole head. So getting it up a little bit kind of helps capture all that. And then on the bass drum on the back, I've got a Beyer Dynamic M88, and it's just clamped to the bass right there. So you can see this pit lowers down, and so there's like about a foot right there. That edge is the wall. So it lowers down, so there's not a whole lot of room here. Here's the snake that goes down. We have to have somebody coil that or tail it as the pit's going up and down. We actually had it caught a couple times, but fortunately it's still working. All right, that's pretty much the overview for the audio for the Phantom of the Opera. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or post comments or send me an email, my email is westernaudioworks@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer them, and if you need sound for your Broadway production, give me a call. I love doing this kind of stuff. Hopefully in the future I can post some more videos of other productions I do. I think this might be pretty neat to start doing, so that's why I wanted to do this one here. So, later.